And if anyone wants my endorsement, all you have to do is come out for universal basic income, say every American should get $1,000 a month, and then I will be there with you on the trail the next day. The ideas of this campaign are just growing more and more popular. Now, 66% of Democrats say they support universal basic income. 72% of voters between the ages of 18 to 34. So we're going to keep pushing the ideas of this campaign forward. We're already talking about the next steps. And if anyone wants my endorsement, all you have to do is come out for universal basic income, say every American should get $1,000 a month, and then I will be there with you on the trail the next day.
I like that. $1,000 a month. Who's going to push that away? But I think some people might have had some questions about the reality of that. But you say this is going to keep going. Do you expect that you might run for another form of office?
Yeah, I'm certainly open to looking at other races. Obviously, right now, we're still taking some time to reflect. But I'm a young man. We're just getting started. The problems that animated this campaign are just going to grow and get more serious, and we need to just keep on working to solve them. That's my goal.
Willie. Hey, Andrew, it's Willie Geist. Good to see you this morning. Congratulations to you on running a great campaign and on stepping into the arena. We always have great respect for anybody who puts himself or herself and their family through that. There specifically, since Mika raised the issue of other offices, there's been a lot of talk about you running for mayor of New York City. Howard Wolfson, one of the chief advisors for former New York City Mayor Bloomberg, said yesterday you'd be a pretty good candidate. What do you think about that idea?
Well, it's incredibly flattering to be thought of in that role. I am a New Yorker, and I think that Mike Bloomberg did a great job as mayor, so he would know. We haven't ruled anything out at this point. I will say I'm more attracted to executive roles than legislative ones, because I think you can get more done. You can get your hands dirtier and actually roll up your sleeves.
All right, fair enough. So you said the candidate who put out universal basic income would win your vote. Let's say for a moment that that's not going to happen. Is there somebody, that notwithstanding, who lines up with you? Is there a candidate in the field who you've looked to over the course of this campaign and admired? Because, as you say, you have a big following. That Yang Gang is big. Where should they be throwing their support now?
Well, I'm on the record saying I'm going to support whoever the Democratic nominee is.
What about right now,
I don't have any plans to endorse just yet. I don't have any plans to endorse just yet. The candidates have been reaching out to me, which I appreciate. I've gotten to know many of them over the last number of weeks and months, and I'm going to miss campaigning alongside them. I'm going to support the Democratic nominee, and I'm certainly open to taking calls and figuring out if there's a particular candidate whose vision aligns most with mine in terms of how we can solve the problems and humanize this economy for people and families around the country.
Andrew Yang, thank you so much for being on. Thank you for running. We will see you again soon with whatever you choose to do.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. You haven't seen the last of the Yang Gang.
There you go. I believe that. Thank you so much.
We have more breaking news. The Wall Street Journal is reporting tonight that Michael Bloomberg's campaign has reached out to former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang, courting his endorsement and floating the possibility of Yang being his running mate. If only we had Andrew Yang here. Oh, hi, Andrew Yang.
Hey, Anderson. How are you?
Hey, Andrew is now a CNN political commentator. Obviously, I know the kind of person you are, and you're probably not going to talk about a private conversation. What can you say about this, or what would you want to say?
What I can say is that multiple campaigns have reached out, and it's flattering to be considered for a VP role or any role in someone's campaign. I made clear to every other candidate that I ran on a set of issues, automation of jobs, an evolving economy that we need to humanize, and a dividend of $1,000 a month for every American. And I said that if a candidate were to make a significant commitment in those directions, then I'd be much more enthusiastic about considering an endorsement.
So you didn't really indicate yes or no to anybody on anything other than these are the issues I care about. I would like to see those issues.
Well, I've publicly said a couple of things. Number one, I will support whoever the nominee is. And number two, I am very enthusiastic about having the democratic process play out and to decide who the nominee is. But also, if someone decides to support the ideas that were central to my campaign, that would go a long way towards making me consider an endorsement.
All right. Andrew's going to stay here. Van Jones is here as well. Gloria Borger as well. Andrew, if Vice President Biden wins in South Carolina, comes in first, how big a help is that for him for Super Tuesday? And conversely, if he doesn't win, how bad does that hurt him?
If Joe did not win South Carolina, it would be devastating to his campaign.
He would still stay in for Super Tuesday, I would assume.
Yeah, it's only 3 days away,
Right.
but it would be devastating. But I know Joe's very, very confident, and every indication is that he is going to win South Carolina. The two factors are what's his margin of victory if he does win, and number two, how much press coverage and momentum does that give him heading into Super Tuesday 3 days later? I would expect that he does win. I think he wins significantly, and I think it does give him a burst of momentum heading into the 14 states on Tuesday.
Van, it certainly gives him something to argue, which is, the most diverse race so far.
Look, he's done this rope-a-dope strategy. I'm just going to get beat up in all these other states, but in South Carolina, I'm going to show you what I'm made of. And so if it comes true and he does great and he wins by 10 points, it can't help but give him a little bit of a boost.
Is it really a rope-a-dope strategy?
He's just laying there getting beat up, man.
But wasn't that to let the other guy get tired out?
Well, that's why I'm like, listen, I'm doing the best I can. Nobody can figure out this guy's strategy until now. So hopefully he wins South Carolina.
The closest thing to the rope-a-dope was when he said at the New Hampshire debate, he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to lose here too.